In those days, the Treasury or the Ministry of Finance keeps a tight lid on any form of spending, including investments, by any ministry or agency of the government. It will come back to us and we look at it, whether this money can be invested or not. Then only we say yes or no. But even then, the investment must be done by us. But now, it is done by various agencies on its own. That's why suddenly you find why Transmile, the company, is losing a lot of money. Because it's no longer under the control of the Ministry of Finance. And why SIME DARBY is losing so much money. Oh my God, the losses is billions of dollars. If it's actual loss, it's okay, but it's also doubtful expenses, you know, that people are questioning now. I sympathize with the government, but I don't know why they don't think through, you know, and have a good explanation laid for the people to reason things out. Khazanah is no longer under Ministry of Finance. It's under the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is the chairman of Khazanah. So it's no longer under the purview of the Ministry of Finance. Before any investment must get the blessing of the Minister of Finance. Which is not a good arrangement, you know, because there's no check and balance. In fact, the Prime Minister shouldn't hold any portfolio. He should just be there as the head and to oversee things so that it's properly done. You know? Especially in this case, Felda, it's the settlers' money, you know. They contribute all the time, every month they contribute through their hard work, their sweat and effort. And so coming back to this, now apparently Felda, which is under the Ministry of Rural Development, okay, has their own vote, But on top of that, you have the Prime Minister, who is chairman of the task force in charge of Felda, which is under the Ministry of Rural Development. So this minister has no say. He's the Prime Minister who is the chairman of Felda, who decides on what to do with Felda, including the money that is in the kitty there. So he can say, you can spend 2 billion here. Obviously, it's not controlled. If it's controlled, it has to go to Parliament. Any Ministry of Finance investments or spending has to go through the budgetary process, which means approval by Parliament. So you're saying even to put money in the World Bank, we have to go to Parliament by a special resolution. Don't talk about investments elsewhere. You have to seek parliamentary approval, because then the Minister of Finance not only has to report to Parliament, but also has to report to the Cabinet. So everybody is in the know. But if it comes under me as Minister of whatever it is, I need not refer to you, I just spend what I want to spend and invest anywhere I like to invest. You see the point? You see, my time, I control the money. I control the money. All contract works, although it is done by PWD, PWD cannot spend money. They can only undertake the work. Okay. Subject to the, say, Ministry of Health wants to build a hospital. They can only request hospital for 200 beds. And this is the side hospital, these are the equipment they want to buy. They come to Ministry of Finance. We look at it, we scrutinize. But everything must go on open tender basis. And we get the best people to come and do it. You have you qualify on pre-qualification as a contractor, then you are in. That is only to enable you to bid for the job. You're not sure of getting the job. Okay? But then you are pre-qualified. In other words, you can go in as a contractor. Now you can bid for the job. If you're lucky, you get the job. The whole lot or part of it or portion of it. Okay? If equipments for the hospital, say X-ray machines or scanning machines, then we ask for competitors all over the world that build these machines, reputable, and they make the specs. What do we want in these machines? They bid, and then we evaluate them with our experts, and we discuss with them, and if they're the best value for the money that we're going to spend, then they bid for it again. It's another open tender. And then it's not decided by the minister. There's a tender board committee comprised of government officials from all ministries, you know, not one ministry. So nobody can have a say, a complete say, you know. So when that is done, then things are awarded immediately. All right? Now, the PWD only is like a mandola, overseer the work of the contract work to be done under that particular contract. And then any payment for progress again comes to the Ministry of Finance. See, Ministry of Health has the allocation of so many million dollars. They must see that the work done is satisfied. Of course, with the approval of the architects and engineers in Public Works Department. I'm giving you the detail. So when these people sanction, then the Ministry of Health said it's more bureaucratic, says okay, we'll sanction the release of this money. Then the Ministry of Finance said okay, you can spend the money. So it comes to us. So the check and balance is always there. The Ministry of Finance takes control of it. Now what's happening is that every ministry can spend the money to buy vehicles, to buy patrol crafts, to buy jet engines.
So there's no check and balance, yeah? No? Yeah.
I do not know. I've not been in the government a long time, but I'm just telling you what happened in my time. In my time, all the generals will come to me and brief me, not me, my committee, you know, in the Ministry of Finance, and brief me what they want. And these are the things they want. And we'll evaluate whether what they ask is reasonable or not. And we'll check with people from other governments, you know, and say this is other thing you do, because we also must be careful in case of defense. We don't want to have, say, Singapore, we don't want to have same kind of equipment that they have, you know, because it can jam the supply for our spare parts if we come into conflict with them, you know. So we have to be sure that security-wise we are okay, question of maintenance is okay, all those relevant checkpoints are looked into. Maybe too bureaucratic at times, but it's slow cash monkey. You know, at least you know that you're not wasting government money, you know, public money. It's public money, you know. Yeah. You know that we were not in debt. When I was minister, we run down our debts, you know. It'll be much better. Much better. Let's check and balance.